Hey, Mike with Vanco here, and today's video I'll be walking you through the top 10 church fundraising event ideas, so let's get into it. Now before we jump into our list, one thing to consider is why would fundraising events be necessary for your church? Well, in most cases, your church is fully relying on giving donations to keep the church running, to keep the church staffed, and to fund different projects the church might want to take part in. And so sometimes that giving is enough, but in a lot of cases, you're going to need to bridge that gap from regular weekly giving through different fundraising events. So again, maybe you need to fund some type of new construction on the property or repairs for the church. Maybe you want to build out some type of mission trip. Maybe there's specific giving activities you want to take part in, like assisting with different disaster recovery or food banks. Again, the list can really go on. And that's why you want to incorporate different fundraising events for your church in addition to the regular giving activities you have going on. And so with that in mind, let's jump into our list. And so the first event idea is a basket raffle or just a raffle in general. And so these are great ways to raise funds for your church. You can reach out to local businesses, potentially business owners in your congregation, and see if they're willing to donate different items to help raise funds throughout this raffle. So you can put together different baskets, sell tickets to your church, and all of the excess funds can go towards fundraising. So a raffle is a great idea to get that extra boost for fundraising this year. Another great option to raise funds for your church is an auction. And so again, this works similar to a raffle, but people will be bidding on different items. And so again, you can reach out to different businesses and potentially get items for free that you can auction off. And then all of those funds will go back into the church. And so this is another great option to raise additional funds and really a simple fundraising event you can implement. The third fundraising event idea for churches is a bingo night. And so again, this is very simple. People can buy tickets to be a part of the bingo night. They might even want to buy more tickets to get additional cards and potentially win. And so again, you can take a portion of the funds that people are putting in and pay that back out to the winner of the bingo night, or you can give out different prizes, again, that could have been donated to the church. And then again, all the funds you collect from the tickets will go right back into the church. Or again, that can be part of the prize pool and then the church would keep the rest as this fundraising event. So it's another simple, fun activity you can implement to raise additional funds for your church. The fourth idea is to partner with local businesses and restaurants. And so this is a really simple way to raise funds. You can work out some type of deal with the restaurant where people would buy tickets to the event, and then that ticket would cover the costs of the meal and a little bit more that goes back to the church. Or potentially you might just work out with the business that a certain percent of sales for a specific night or weekend or time frame would go towards fundraising for your church. This can help support local businesses. People in your church can go to these events. They can take part in a fun activity, and simply paying for that activity can help support your church. So it's another great idea without really interfering or trying to get people to give additional funds, or it gives people the opportunity to take part in an activity they would do normally, but this time it also helps fund your church. The fifth idea is a bake sale. And so this is a common one that churches will do a lot, and there's different ways to do it. You can sell items individually to raise funds and have churchgoers volunteer different goods that they make and try and sell those for a profit and give that back to the church. But you might also include some type of ticketing system where you can purchase tickets up front and then tickets would be worth X number of items. So maybe one ticket is a small batch of cookies, or if you have 2 or 3 tickets, maybe that equals a pie or a cake. Again, you can work out how it works on your end, but it could be a way to simplify things without having to exchange a lot of cash and deal with making change, different things like that, where people just buy tickets and they can use those to get items. So it's another great fundraising idea for churches. The sixth idea is a church carnival. And so this is a fun activity that you can host right in your church parking lot. Maybe if you have a gymnasium or open areas inside, you can host events there as well. But a carnival is a great idea. You can have a bunch of different booths. You can sell things like popcorn and refreshments. Maybe you have someone grilling and you sell those items at the event. You could have a dunk tank potentially, and people could have the opportunity to dunk the priest or church leaders. Really a lot of different activities you can do. And similar to the bake sale idea, you could sell tickets individually and people get in and get access to everything. Or you could do it where you sell so many tickets up front in different ticket packages and they can spend those individual tickets on the various events going on at the carnival. Several different options that you can do, but this is another great fundraising idea for churches. All right, the next idea is a movie night. And so again, this is another simple activity you can implement. If you've got an auditorium or a room that you can use, you can simply just get a projector or rent a projector and play a movie and then sell tickets to that to help raise funds. You could have additional refreshments, popcorn that you have for sale to raise funds. Depending on the weather, you could host this outside, even in the church parking lot, make it more of a drive-in movie night. There's really a lot of different options. You can even theme these movies, so depending on what holidays are going on or what sports season it is, or maybe you have different faith-based movies you want to play. Lots of different options to host many movie nights throughout the year as a means to raise additional funds for your church. The eighth idea is a dinner or potluck to raise funds. So again, there are many different options you can use this strategy for. You can have pancake breakfasts, spaghetti dinners, grill nights. Really, the sky's the limit of your imagination. And again, you can have some type of food that you'll cook. You can bring the community together. People can pay $10, $15, whatever the case might be to attend this event. And that can really cover the cost of the food, and everything above and beyond that can go right into additional funds for your church. You can even host a potluck event where each person is bringing their own dish and people can share. And that really eliminates a lot of the costs from the foods, where people are volunteering to donate food that they've made themselves. And then people have a fun night out, and all the tickets that you sell can go back into funds to help support your church. All right, the next fundraising idea is a concert night. And so again, most churches will have some type of church choir, or they have musicians at the church. So this can be a great way for people to showcase those talents outside of your regular mass. It's a fun way to bring people together, have a great night out, and raise additional funds. And so you can put on concerts right in the church, maybe in the church parking lot, depending on if the weather's nice. And again, you can sell tickets to these events, and those additional funds can go right back into supporting your church as well. So it's another great option to raise funds without a whole lot of input on your part. The 10th idea you can implement is a parents' night out. And so this kind of works like a daycare session almost, where you can have kids in the youth group help babysit. Maybe you have elderly volunteers that want to volunteer their time to watch children from the congregation, and parents can drop their kids off for a couple of hours, have a date night out, and come pick up their kids. And again, you could sell tickets to these events. You could do $20, $30, whatever the case might be, a decent amount where you're having volunteers to watch the kids. The cost of a ticket is less than babysitters for parents. And so this can be a really enticing option to raise quite a bit of funds for your church on a regular basis. But again, hopefully you enjoy these ideas and implement them to start raising additional funds for your church. And if you like these ideas, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. And on top of having all these great ideas you can implement, likely you're going to want some type of event ticketing system to streamline this process, sell tickets online, and make this process a whole lot easier. And this is where Vanco and Vanco Events come in. And so with Vanco Events, you can have a robust online ticketing system to sell tickets to your different fundraising events, sell tickets online, and really streamline the process, making fundraising and hosting events for your church a breeze. And so if you want to learn more about this, there'll be a link in the description below this video where you can schedule a demo with our team, and we can show you exactly how you can use events to increase fundraising with the simple to use Vanco Events system. So be sure to check that link for more information. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new videos we put out to help you run a successful church. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.